Hello, everybody, and welcome to another edition of the Cerebral Smack Talk live on YouTube.com. It is good old MF Michael Fletcher alongside Anthony Florio and Didi Woodson. We are awaiting Michael Bullock. We hope we'll get him in tonight. If we don't, then that's fine. Um, Guys, we're just going to dive right in. Smackdown Live tonight. And, well, it was from Manchester, New Hampshire, from the SNHU Arena, and well, we started it off with a promo segment. Basically, it started off with Dolph Ziggler. Dolph Ziggler and Kevin Owens basically started a brawl, out in the parking lot of the arena. So we had that happen. Then Owens comes out and basically, well, Shane McMahon basically used his power and said that, you know what, Kevin Owens, because you started, you're causing all this trouble with Ziggler, and all this stuff. You're out of here. I'm ejecting you from the building. You're not gonna stick around. You get the Evo. Your night's done. Whatever. So Owens basically protests everything else. Shane McMahon cancels the main event. So what happens next is Owens shows up and basically unloads on Shane McMahon. Open fires on him, ripping him and the whole 9 yards. Holy cow, what a segment to jump off SmackDown Live. I mean, my God. I mean, intensity, fire, passion. I, okay. SmackDown Live automatically won the week right then and there over Monday Night Raw. It took them less than 15 minutes, and they slaughtered Monday Night Raw out of the gates. Are you kidding me? Monday Night Raw wasted 3 hours of our lives and got a 1 to 1.5. And in 15 minutes, SmackDown basically slapped Raw right in the face and said, "This is how you get the job done, boys." One segment, 15 minutes, and that's it. You could have ended your show right there and it would have been a 10 out of 10. Florio, go ahead. It's yours.
What I'll tell you, MF, I mean, everything you just said, I agree 100%. I was thinking the exact same thing when I was watching this live. I mean, ooh-wee, that was amazing. I talked about last week how I was intrigued with KO being a babyface. I'm going to get into that in just a moment. It looks like KO's transition to an anti-hero babyface is complete. The whole arc was set up very excellently. Owen spoke a lot of truth here. He was incredibly passionate. The work shoot stuff doesn't always work, but when it does, it can induce a nice little jolt into the product. This was a lot of fun to watch. Far and away better than anything that we saw on Monday Night Raw last night. I mean, they only had, 2 good segments last night, that opening mixed tag and then the Heyman promo. But other than that, the show fell off a cliff after that. But tonight, this alone won the week for SmackDown Live, and there was more to come. So, little spoiler alert for all of you out there. SmackDown Live won the week already. This alone won it. But guess what? You thought that was good. There's more good to come. That's all there is to say on that. So I could have just conceded defeat right here. So, and I'm very surprised considering the fact that they went up against the Major League Baseball All-Star game tonight. They could have easily had phoned it in too. I was very concerned that SmackDown Live was going to be just as bad, considering they were going up against the Major League Baseball All-Star game and what a big deal that is. But no, it was almost like football was back, but that's in a couple months. So amazing segment of the night, hands down. That's all there is to say on that. So nothing left to say. Didi Woodson, your thoughts on Kevin Owens now becoming an anti-hero babyface here?
Hey, it's cool. Um, I like the way the segment opened. I definitely agree. I mean, this was 10 times better than what we got last night. Last night just totally sucked. Um, very little of anything to even encourage anything for a go home show. But where tonight, I mean, slam packed full of uh, go home show stuff. So yeah, I mean, this was awesome. Awesome segment to start with. You know, my only complaint it would be the fact that we had so much Shane McMahon tonight. But other than that, hey, great opening segment. Great little brawl we had in the parking lot. Haven't had one of those very often, so it was kind of nice to see that kind of coming back. So, other than the fact that tonight I'm mobile due to my router going out, yeah, hopefully for me things go a little bit better on this end. We'll toss it to Fletch.
All right, and the first fight of the night was one of the highly anticipated, high-profile matches that we were talking about this week, which was Finn Balor, the Intercontinental Champion, in a non-title match with Shinsuke Nakamura, the winner of the bout, in 9 minutes and 10 seconds. It was Shinsuke Nakamura with the Kinshasa, and he beats him clean. 1, 2, 3. uh, Anthony Florio, it's all yours, my friend. This was one of the highly anticipated fights. I think it delivered for the most part.
Yes, it did deliver for the most part, MF. Absolutely. Um, I'm going to give this somewhere between 2.5 and 3. This match was obviously used to set up a program between the two, and that is not a bad thing at all. Shinsuke Nakamura getting a clean win is a very big deal here, given how little we have seen him as of late and how grossly and criminally underutilized all of us feel that he is. And this felt fresh simply because of how little we have seen of both Shinsuke Nakamura and Finn Balor in recent weeks. I'm interested and intrigued to see how this goes. MF, there's nothing left for me to say except I smell a possible championship committee moment here. Nakamura pinned the IC champ clean, so I'm thinking possibly an intercontinental match at Extreme Rules between these two. And if that's the case, both secondary championship matches have potential to be show stealers. You got AJ and Ricochet for the US title over on Raw, and then you get these two for the IC on SmackDown Live. Whoa, oh, goodness. Nothing more to say. 2.5 to 3 stars. One of the fights of the night. Nothing left to say here. Didi Whitson, I just want to see more of these two. They only got 9 minutes here, but you put them on pay per view, we're getting 15 to 20 easy.
Oh yeah, this match could have gone a lot longer. I mean, this was definitely a very good match, and um, from the start, it just was so action packed. And yeah, I do think it's setting up an IC title for yeah, for Extreme Rules. Um, yeah, I mean, this is this is the way you start a show off. You get a good if you're going to start with a segment, you get a good segment, but you have to start it off with a really good match, and we definitely got that. And if this is leading up to Extreme Rules, I mean, this was a great setup for it. These two guys have a lot of chemistry. They work really good off of each other. And yeah, I would love to see this match go a lot longer than that. So I'm going to give it a solid 3 stars. So nothing more I have to say. What's yours?
I agree. Solid 3. This was a very good match. Very good battle. I enjoyed it. I thought that the storyline was really beautifully done. And yes, this was the most meaningful victory for Nakamura in a long, long, long time. The one thing that we were always griping about, the one thing that we were always giving ourselves a little bit of a grief was, man, why underutilizing Nakamura, anything else? And the thing is that I kind of feel like this win reestablished him. to make him a big time player in WWE. And, to establish him like that, to get a situation now that I really like what they did. I think it was a really good match, a very, very well done by everybody in WWE. So I kind of like the body of work that they did here. This was just beautifully done. Nothing more to say. So we're just gonna move on. We did get a lot of promo segments after this. Backstage with Samoa Joe cutting a promo about WWE champion Kofi Kingston. I think we could easily say this was one of Joe's personal best. Then we had Kayla Braxton talking with Nikki Cross about the handicap match. Then I guess it led into another match, Nikki Cross versus Carmella. Nikki Cross wins that match. Nikki Cross beats Carmella in 3 minutes and 35 seconds. Didi, do you want to give a quick thought about that? About the match or even the promo segment?
The contract signing was fairly good. I mean, you got a lot of build up going on here. From what I'm understanding, the reason we have not seen Alexa Bliss is she has had this really severe cold and she can't kick it. So that's why Nikki was thrown into this match as a backup plan. So if Alexa is not able to be there Sunday, they have a backup plan already set in motion. If she shows up, then we have the handicap match. So we'll see what happens with that. But this was definitely a good setup right here, and Bailey, just laying it all on the line here of everything that Alexa's done. Nikki sticking up for her. I mean, just the same thing we've seen lately. Just still building the momentum for this. The match was fairly good. I mean, it definitely showcased what Nikki can do. Definitely the right person won. So I'm only going to give it like 1 3/4 stars. So nothing else I'm going to say about it. Fletch, it's yours.
Granted, I'll give you the benefit of the doubt here. I could also say 1 1/4, 1 3, 1 3/4. This was all right for what it was worth. It showcased Nikki in a very positive light. It makes her definitely a legitimate contender, a legitimate threat as it pertains to her, her desire of becoming the SmackDown Women's Champion. It also opens the door that Didi does say, because if for some reason that Alexa is a no-go, then you can definitely have Nikki and Bailey go one-on-one. I think it would be a great match regardless, having Nikki and Bailey go at it. So we'll wait and see what happens. I'm very interested to see how the end game will go, if Bailey successfully defends the title, or is it possible that maybe they thinking about putting the belt on Nikki? I don't think they will, but you always have to consider it one way or the other. So nothing more to say. Anthony, it's all yours.
Yep. Nothing wrong with the segment, but the angle hasn't been good. While it's nice to see Nikki Cross getting some significant TV time, it seems to be dragging everyone involved down a peg or two. As far as the match is concerned, 1 to 1.5, not much to say. Cross got a good, clean win. The match was simply there. And Carmella matches all play out pretty similarly, regardless of opponent. Her matches are basically paint by numbers. So that's really all there is to say on that. MF, let's move on.
All right. With that said, like I said, there was a few other segments. We do have, we do got, a backstage thing. Kyrie's with, the Iconics, Asuka, Kyrie Sane, and Paige. Basically, they showed some footage that happened a couple of weeks ago in Tokyo, Japan, uh, where Kairi Sane and Asuka actually beat the Iconics. This is one of those if you want to talk about it, this is like an infamous moment where we could talk about them saying number one contenders. I think we can talk about that. So fine, we go down the road there. Then there was they were also talking about the new ESPN the magazine with Allison Brie and Becky Lynch gracing the cover on that as well. So then we get into the New Day. The New Day came out talking about their three-way tag team fight for the SmackDown tag team titles because this was part of the tag team summit. Then was interrupted by Daniel Bryan and by Eric Rowan, the world tag team, the reigning tag team champions. Then also we had an interruption by Heavy Machinery, Otis and Tucker. So after all that shebang, then it leads into a three-way, a triple threat match, as it was Otis, Xavier Woods, and Daniel Bryan, and the winner of the bout in 8 minutes and 40 seconds was Otis. Otis wins. Big victory for him. So, all right. Decent match, good fight. I was actually pretty impressed with it. I liked it. I got nothing bad to say about it. I think they really, they hit the mark on this. This was actually a very good match, very good work, and I think they did a good job with it. I was very impressed. So for me, I could give this about maybe 2.5, 3 stars. Anthony, it's yours.
2.5 to 3 as well. Fun match. I'm really looking forward to this tag title match at Extreme Rules. Everybody has been working incredibly hard to make these segments entertaining, and by and large, they are. Heavy Machinery has been coming off as a credible threat, and Daniel Bryan has been masterful at creating discernible stakes for opposing teams. So, all in all, very good stuff. So, I agree, MF, 2.5 to 3. No doubt about it. Tag title match should be good. So, nothing more to say. Didi Woodson, it's yours.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it a solid 3. This was a good and fun little match, and it's it served its angle for the go home show to set up for the tag match at the pay per view. And I got a kick out of the fans chanting, Daniel Bryan sucks, and them kicking everybody else out of ringside so that it could really focus down on the three guys. And yeah, I mean it was nice to see Otis picking up the win. So yeah, I mean not much more I'm gonna say about it. Like I said, 3 stars. So the summit, good on there. Especially bringing up a lot of the past with Rowan. So nothing else I'm gonna say. Fletcher.
All right. So then we had a couple of more segments back here. One about Amber Moon with Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville. They were cutting up. There was a little thing where they said Amber, try to find yourself a tag team partner. I think whatever's whatever on that. The next thing we had was Aleister Black. For weeks we've been waiting to see when Aleister Black was going to fight. Well, we find out that it's going to happen at Extreme Rules, and his opponent for that match is none other than Antonio Cesaro. Oh my God. WWE, shut up and take my money. Anthony Florio, just give me a quick thought. Cesaro versus Aleister Black.
I heard a dirt sheet about this, and they actually got it right. I know there are for some people are saying Cesaro was not who they expected, but for me, it's a great choice for Aleister Black's first official match. Those two should and will tear the house down. There's really nothing more to say on an MF. I mean, I'm right there with you. I mean, I'm already locked in. I'm ready. I'm already set to go for Extreme Rules Sunday on the WWE Network. So they already got my monthly installment. It's usually near the tail end of a month, so that's all there is to say on that. So I'm ready. I'm ready to go. So nothing more to say. Didi Woodson, you have a quick thought on this?
I think it's going to be a really good match. I like the fact that the clothing itself was contrast. You had Aleister Black and black and Cesaro in white, which is the symbol of the good and evil type thing here. So yeah, I mean, this was definitely very well thought out, and I think this will probably be a very well done match because these guys I think will be very even going into this. I mean, Cesaro, a man of a lot of holds and the swing and everything, and Aleister Black with his dark persona and everything. So yeah, I'm looking forward to this. So this would probably be one of my sleeper fights of the night. So not much more I'm gonna say. What's yours?
All right, and then we dig in. Like I said, a couple of more promos along the way. On to the main event. Roman Reigns 1-on-1 with Dolph Ziggler. Roman Reigns wins the match in 8 minutes and 50 seconds. Didi Woodson, quick thought.
Yeah, it was a pretty good match. I mean, Dolph. I don't think anybody really expected Dolph to win, although you knew there's going to be a lot of shenanigans with having everybody out there at ringside, and then here came the one man who's supposed to be barred from the ring, Kevin Owens, coming out there and laying out Shane McMahon. Um, I mean, it went to some total chaos, but it was, in my opinion, I think it was good chaos, and I think this was a very good main event for a go home show to lead up to what we have uh, to look forward to at Extreme Rules. But like I said, I don't think anybody was really surprised that Kevin Owens came back out, and I don't think it was too big of a surprise all the shenanigans that happened throughout the whole match. So yeah, I'm gonna give it probably another solid 3. So not much more I'm gonna say about it. Fletch, it's yours.
You're you're absolutely right. I'll give it a solid 3 as well. This was a very good match. A great way to close the show. Nothing more to say. Anthony, quick thought.
Another 3-star match. I agree. This was your typical, pretty standard Roman Reigns match. Though it was nice. It was nice to finally see him on his home brand for once, without that whole wild card stuff. It seemed like they were going to throw the match out at the end, but I'm glad they wound up giving it a finish, even tight against the clock. KO's final run-in of the night was not a huge surprise, but it garnered a great reaction from the crowd. His arc on tonight's show is definitely the largest talking point. I'll have more on that in the overall review in just a moment, but nonetheless, solid 3 stars. I could probably say by default the fight of the night. So overall review time, MF. Let's do it.
All right, and you know what? Normally, Didi, I'm gonna let Didi Woodson lead off. So, Didi, go ahead, my dear.
It was a solid show tonight. Like we said, it definitely just within that first few minutes beat out Raw. I know. Uh, well, I left shortly after my review, but I know me and Bullock both gave it a 1 um, for Raw. It just was horrible. That's not what you want to see for a go home show before a pay per view. So this definitely turned that around. Definitely makes you want to actually order the pay-per-view, or order the network to watch the pay-per-view, and actually you know put some butts in the seats, because this definitely had all that drama, all that story building, all the stuff that we've always said was right there that SmackDown would do, and what for a long time we kept saying made SmackDown more the age show than Raw. Yeah, there's a lot of segments in it. I could have gone a little bit more with more matches than segments, but that's just me. And I would definitely have liked to see a little bit less of Shane McMahon, but it is what it is. We're hopefully after this pay per view, we're going to start seeing a lot more changes, and definitely keeping this, what we saw tonight. I think Eric might have had a little bit of a hand in it tonight, or even Heyman, since he was there, he might have said something to make it a little bit better tonight. I don't know, but definitely was better than the week before. I'm going to give it a solid 7.5 for the show. I thought it was very well done. Even the segments for storyline building. There's not really anything really super negative you can say about SmackDown tonight. I mean, it just was a very good go home show, and definitely the opening segment knocked it out of the park. I mean, that was it. So not much more I'm gonna say about it. See you guys Saturday. Good night.
All right. All right, Dee Dee. Thank you very much. I gotta go 7.5 as well. No doubt about it. I totally agree. Really nothing more to say. She kind of nailed it. So, Anthony, it's all yours.
7.5. I agree. Hands down, better than Monday Night Raw this week. SmackDown Live wins the week rather handily. Kevin Owens, without question, he was the MVP of this show tonight. No doubt about it. There were plenty of ups and downs this week, but I do really like what's going on in the SmackDown Tag Team division. I'm also very excited to see the aforementioned anti-hero babyface Kevin Owens continue to take shape. I'm hopeful that at some point, like Dee Dee said, it will lead to a drastic reduction in Shane O'Mac exposure. Other things continue to lack, namely the women's division. And it was also very good to see Finn Balor and Shinsuke Nakamura back on the show, with Nakamura getting a much needed strong win. So yeah, 7.5. I 100% agree with the rating. Hands down better than Raw. Kevin Owens, you the real MVP tonight, brother. That's all there is to say about that. That opening promo, that's going to rank up there as one of the segments of the year, hands down. So there's really nothing more to say, MF. Do you have a Mikey's mindset, or what's the story?
Yeah, actually, we do have a very quick, because we're going to talk about the G1 Climax tournament. Started this past weekend from Dallas, Texas, at the American Airlines Center in Dallas. For the first time ever, the tournament starts outside of Japan in the United States. And when we jumped it off, guys, we actually had some surprises. A major upset. Lance Archer went on to win his opening round match versus Will Ospreay. So 2 points for him for the victory. Then the next match we had was Bad Luck Fale, as he went up against Evil from Los Ingobernables de Japón, and it was Bad Luck Fale winning the match. So 2 points for him. Kenta went one-on-one with Kota Ibushi, and Kenta wins the match in 20 minutes and 51 seconds. A really, really good match, to say the least. Then we had Sanada, as he went up against Zack Sabre Jr., and it was Sanada winning the match. He won it 21 minutes and 12 seconds. And then, of course, Anthony, you alluded to it, the mega fight, the main event of the evening, a part of Block A. Karusuke Okada, the reigning, defending IWGP Heavyweight Champion of the World, going up against the ace Hiroshi Tanahashi. Okada wins. He gets the 2 points, 22 minutes and 4 seconds. And that rounds out Block A. Of course, in Block B, just to give you guys a heads up, Jeff Cobb, Hiroshi Gato, Tomohiro Ishii, of course, Tetsuya Naito, Juice Robinson, Tagashi, Shingo Takahashi, Jay White, Torio Yano, and of course from All Elite Wrestling and IWGP United States Heavyweight Champion Jon Moxley. The reason why Moxley was not allowed to fight in the United States is because there is a deal or a contract that he signed with AEW that makes that he cannot fight in the United States for any other organization. Therefore, when he fights in the G1, he's only allowed to fight in Japan. So that's why that happened there. The competition will continue all the way through, and on August 12th will be the finals of the tournament, and that night the winner of Block A and Block B will battle it out, and the winner of the G1 Climax will get the golden ticket and will fight on January 4, 2020 at Wrestle Kingdom for the IWGP Heavyweight Championship of the World. All right, so that's it. We're done. Anthony Floyo, come on in, my friend. Hit us with the future content of Strictly Sports.
Friday night on Strictly Sports at 10:30 on the Tone 25. Kawhi Leonard and Paul George have signed with the Los Angeles Clippers. Danny Green and DeMarcus Cousins have signed with the Los Angeles Lakers. We will recap Team USA winning the 2019 FIFA Women's World Cup. The Major League Baseball Home Run Derby, Pete Alonso of the New York Mets was the winner of that. We'll get into that epicness. We will also recap the Major League Baseball All-Star Game, which is going on at this hour. And then we will review the ESPY Awards, which will air on ABC tomorrow night, hosted by Tracy Morgan. We'll get into all the winners. Of course, the one that we're looking forward to the most, who will win that WWE award, the best WWE moment. So we'll get into all that Friday night at 10:30, the Tone 25 on Strictly Sports. I'll be here. MF will be here. Bullock will be here. And then Saturday night, 11 p.m., we agreed on a time. Saturday night, 11 p.m., we will preview the Extreme Rules pay-per-view, also on the Tone 25, a joint production of Ridiculously Raw and the Cerebral Smack Talk. And then we'll cap it all off Sunday night, immediately following the pay-per-view. MF will have that, Braves Fan 95, right back here. We'll recap the Extreme Rules pay-per-view, and then we'll go back to my channel, the Tone 25, do it all again, Ridiculously Raw, and it'll be on that night that we will start the road to the SummerSlam, as Bret Hart would say. So nothing more to say. Hope you all got all that down. So we'll see you all Friday night. MF, take it home.
Yes, indeed. Thank you very much. And as always, I want to thank Anthony Floyo and Dee Woodson, and in spirit, Michael Bullock and Derek Ferreira, and all you guys. Thank you so much. Like the video, leave a comment at the bottom, share with all your friends on all the social media platforms. Have a good night, everybody. So long for now, and we'll see you on Friday. Bye-bye.